Welcome, Viking fans. I'm going to talk about the Cardinals matchup next in 3, 2, 1. Gather around, Skull brothers and sisters. This is Skull World, brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm your host, Dave. You can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook at Skull World. I'm going to talk about the keys to the game against the Cardinals. I picked out 7 things, but before I get to it, make sure you go down, click subscribe, like, leave a comment below. Heck, even ring the bell so you don't miss a show. I appreciate it. Thank you for keeping this channel going. Those things tell YouTube to push my content, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Now, let's talk about key things, and I picked out 7 things. And number 1 is zone will work on Sunday against the Cardinals. Why? Because when you're playing man, you turn your back to the quarterback a lot of the times, especially if a linebacker's doing that. Kyler Murray can read off that, go run right at them because their back is turned and get more yardage. He is a very capable runner. In fact, I would think he'd be a very successful third down back in this league. He's so effective at running the ball. They have designed plays for him just like Philly did for Hunt. Zone will work against him because we will not turn our backs against him. He admittedly says he cannot see through the trees. He cannot see through the middle of the field. You'll see in tape breakdowns of him that he throws the outside. That's where he's effective. That's where he can see. And he buys time for himself, moves around. Just, you'll see highlight reels of him just moving around, trying to pick a team apart. Man makes that more possible for him. So this is a team that we will line up better against because we do play zone a lot, and it'll be effective against a Kyler Murray. How to make that zone effective is that you need to maintain your rush lanes. You can't see through the trees, so don't give them any gaps, right? So that's where now there's a balance we need to make. We still need to get after him. Bringing an extra rusher, getting him to go where we want him to go is important, okay? Very important. We're going to funnel everything to one side like we have done to Dantzler, then we need to maintain that gap integrity. Make sure he doesn't have a way to escape up the middle or see up the middle. This is important. We did this against the Packers. It worked great. Rodgers couldn't get anywhere. We dominated. That's how we dominate against the Cardinals. Maintain our rush lanes because the zone defense will work against them. We can throw deep against these guys. That's the next thing, because the Saints could. And we have just as good, if not better, personnel receiving the ball than the Saints. I expect Justin Jefferson to have a big day against these guys. This is our time to shine. I'm going to talk about it in a little bit, but we can throw deep against these guys, and there'll be a reason, and that's my number 1 thing. On defense, read your keys on D. If they're going to run the zone read play, there are keys that linebackers will be able to, and whoever's on the outside setting the edge, there'll be keys to go after. And if you go look at the Saints game, they were very effective running the ball on the outside with the zone read play. Don't get sucked in, okay? Don't get sucked in and have Kyler Murray go for 20 yards. Again, we'll be effective better against them because we'll be in zone. We may even have a Asamoah spy on him. This is a great time to bring that out. Great time to bring that out against Kyler Murray. Don't give him a place to run, man. Don't give him a place to scramble around. Get somebody after him. Get somebody looking for him. Get a man on him. You'll be effective, and especially against the zone read play. I think a big key to the game is a former teammate is Patrick Peterson. I think he's came out and said he was going to have 2 picks against him. I didn't hear that. I just heard it while listening to YouTube. But hey, Patrick Peterson, man, I think he is hitting on all cylinders. I think he'll get people up for this game. It's a revenge game. We lost to him last year. We shouldn't have lost to him last year. Patrick Peterson wants to beat the Cardinals. He wants to beat the pants off them. Feed off of this guy. He's having a good year, if not great year. This guy's a Hall of Famer. He's still showing it in his later years. Patrick Peterson, man, is going to have a big game. And I think he'll get his teammates up for this game. It's a hype train time, man. Patrick Peterson, follow this guy. Revenge game. He wants to make up for the stupid loss we had last year. Here we go. Big time is keep your foot on the gas. No, this conservative play calling we had in Miami, we have an opportunity against this defense to score points, eat up chunk yardage, and it's all going to start off with number one. We can run on this team, and we did last year. We will do it again this year. The Saints did it. It was much. I can't describe it. I think it was like the Lions in Philly. Philly just pulverized the Lions in the run game, and it looks so much the same of what the Saints did against the Cardinals. Is just the offensive line just crushed their defensive line, just out of the way. Kamara anywhere he wanted to go, and on some plays. This is the same thing I expect Dalvin Cook to do, is get these guys. We are hungry. We revenge from last year. Dalvin Cook should have a field day on this defense. Our offensive line should eat against this defensive line. And because of that, all the way back to number 5, we should be able to throw deep because the play action is going to be so effective. Justin Jefferson is going to be open down the field. They're going to make mistakes. We'll have time to do it. We'll have time to hit those deep balls because our offensive line is going to eat against this defense. Skol Vikings. This is Skol World, brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk. I'll see you next time. Cue the music. Thank you, Viking fans, for listening. Make sure you catch my other episodes. Also, make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Thank you. Skol Vikes.